Welkom in de Kalahari.
In this series, we check off a bucket list item by visiting Kgalagadi for the very first time. Stay tuned as I will also be making a major announcement for the channel on this series. Welcome to the channel. So today we are here at the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. We just arrived. This has been a bucket list item for quite some time now, and I'm so excited that we are here. Today is actually my birthday, and we are here on this trip for my birthday. For that reason, we are not camping on this trip. We are staying on the wilderness camps and the chalets. We stayed one night at Urikaruus, one chalet, and then 2 nights at Kalahari Tented Camp. And then our last night is here at Urikaruus. And then we drove all the way from Johannesburg non-stop. And then I also didn't want to bother you with the traveling videos, how we got here. But yeah, we drove straight. And we left home around 2 a.m. and then we arrived here after 1 p.m. Now I will take you back to when we arrived at Urikaruus. Between Uppington and Askam on the R360, there is a beautiful salt pan that's well worth a stop. We stopped in Askam to fill up the full tank, where the fuel is 4 rand cheaper than in the park and 3 rand less expensive than where I usually refill. I advise you to stop here to refill as well. After driving over 1,000 kilometers, we finally arrived at our destination, Urikaruus Wilderness Camp in the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. After checking in, we headed to the fuel station to lower the tires to the recommended pressure. We arrived at our unit, unpacked, and then headed out for a quick game drive. This trip was planned on a short notice, and I want to thank a fellow YouTuber, Pranesh, who runs the channel South African Wanderer. He was a huge help in preparing for this adventure. Be sure to check out his channel for some great tips when visiting the Kalahari. Our very first sighting at the Kgalagadi was a spotted eagle owl, just a few minutes into our game drive. We stopped at Summerfling waterhole where we spotted a lone springbok drinking. A few minutes later, we had our first ever sighting of an oryx in the wild. Oh. From Summerfling, we continue on the Nosop Road towards KK. As we drive up the road, the wind appeared to be picking up. It is always pleasing to see how well the roads are maintained by Sun Parks. Less than an hour into our drive, we encountered one of the sightings I was most excited about, the bat-eared fox. We were fortunate to see them every day on this trip, and I could easily watch them all day, just like the spotted hyenas. That's where it's going, Kgalagadi. One of the goals for this drive was to reach the famous tree and drive as far as we could towards Nosop, since this will be the only opportunity for us to drive this road during this trip.
Not far from Urikaruus waterhole, we found 2 more spotted eagle owls. While one was not yet visible, this sighting was the cherry on top of a short drive. It was the most eagle owls I've seen in a single day. My previous record has always been just 1 per day.
So we're just sitting here at Urikaruus waterhole. So yeah, I just wanna send a special shout out to one subscriber of the channel, Maemuroni Machete. So today is my birthday and we're here at Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. I told him a few weeks ago that I've got a lifetime trip coming up. He decided to lend me his 500mm lens, which I'm currently shooting with. So some of the footage you'll see here, I'm shooting with the lens. So yeah, I'm so grateful for the gift, and already it's making a huge difference. And then yeah, I'm grateful for that. I also want to take this opportunity and thank all of you, the subscribers of the channel. Some of you share the videos on social media without me noticing, but I do see it on the analytics where the traffic comes from. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate.
We returned to camp, started the fire, and prepared our dinner. We had initially planned to dine at a restaurant, but we were unable to make a booking in time as we were not aware of this requirement.
Good morning, guys. So after a good night rest, managed to pack up and fetch a permit from the gate, and then now we are just stopping here watching the sun rise. There is nothing much that we have seen. Actually, we haven't seen anything so far beside the sun. We just heard birds around. So the plan today, we are heading straight to Matamata to check in for Kalahari Tented Camp, which I'm so excited about. Cannot wait for that. We'll be there for 2 nights. So we'll stop along in the picnic sites and the waterholes. We will check them and then see what we can find. Yeah, but so far, our first day or first drive was very successful. We actually saw a lot more than we thought we could see. And yeah, everyone was telling us that, hey, there is nothing to see, but we saw a lot, and I cannot believe this place is magnificent. Even though today we haven't seen anything yet, but we'll push on and see what else we can find, and then we'll keep you posted as we move along.
A few minutes later, we came across another vehicle stopped by the roadside. When we asked, they pointed out a cheetah in a distance. There were 3 in total, but we could only see one as it disappeared over the dunes. We finally reached the Aoub Riverbed, where the rising sun casts beautiful colors across the landscape.
So we are here not far from Achteloni waterhole or museum, history museum. We have the red hartebeest here. They are alarm calling. A couple of cars, there's 3 cars in front of us. They are looking almost straight to our cars, but we cannot see what they are looking at. There could be maybe a predator, a leopard lying around here or a cheetah. So we're going to stick around and see.
At Achteloni Waterhole, we spotted a group of meerkats next to the road. This was our first sighting of meerkats on this trip, so we spent about 20 minutes observing them before moving on.
Yeah, it's a pitch, I think, also. Just wanna walk closer so you can see the same waterhole that we were looking at when we're looking at the birds there. I'm sure it can still be picked up. Bit of noise still made by the birds. And it's also important to note that this is open picnic spot. There's a sungrass there hanging as passing. It's important to note that this is an open picnic site, so wild animals are roaming freely, and this area they've seen a lot of leopards around. I think yesterday there was a leopard spotted around here, and today this is also not far from where we saw the hartebeest alarm calling. So yeah, it's important to take note of that. Open and fenced picnic site. We'll come here one of the days as well. I think there's the meerkats there, the cars there. You can hear the meerkat.
After having our breakfast, we left the picnic site and continued our journey to Matamata. Just before Box Plain, we spotted our first giraffe in the Kalahari. At exactly 20 past 12, just after 13th waterhole, we came across a few cars overlooking the Aoub Riverbed. It turned out there was a honey badger foraging in the area. With the winter on its peak and food in short supply, some nocturnal animals are forced to be active during the day. At a 14th borehole, the rangers were servicing the area. The oryx and the wildebeest were watching them and alarming at them. As we approached, we could only see the wildebeest, which got us excited, only to realize that they were alarming calling at the rangers. We moved on, and just a few meters after joining the main road, we noticed a couple of cars moving slowly. It didn't take long for us to spot a mother cheetah walking with two cubs. The view wasn't perfect, but we were thrilled with the sighting nonetheless. Later in the afternoon, things got even better with this cheetah. After Kgalagadi borehole, we spotted a pair of jackals, just the first of many we've encountered on this trip.
Okay, welcome in Kalahari Tented Camp. My name is Cheetah. Is your first time here?
Yes, my first time in Kalahari.
Okay, this camp is a wilderness camp, so you're not allowed to walk around after dark in the camp. Just during the day, you can walk on the ground to the swimming pool and back, but not in the night or up to the dunes. It's not allowed. My colleague, his name is Jan, staying the night over there.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, I will be staying there. So if there's any problem after hours, you are welcome to drive to us and report any problem. You stay 2 nights here.
Yes, I'm here for 2 nights.
Then our fridge stove and the geyser running on gas in the unit, and the light is solar power.
Okay.
So there's no 220 power to charge any cell phones or camera batteries in the unit.
Okay.
Shop is at Matamata and a filling station if you need anything. You're also welcome to order some roasted cook, a loaf of bread fresh at the shop before 2:30. You pick it up the same day, 6 o'clock at the shop.
Okay.
Jackals is our problem in the camp. Don't leave anything outside by the braai area. What they do lately, they jump over the wall in front and grab anything and run away.
Okay.
So don't leave any important stuff outside or the doors open. The permit, we keep it in the night here. During the day, you take it with you when you go for a drive.
Okay.
The gate hours is 7:30. 7 o'clock open from today and 6:30 close in the evening.
So what time must I bring the permit?
The permit, I keep it in the night here.
Like when I come back from the drive, what time must I bring it back?
Before 6:30.
Okay.
Yes, the gate closes 6:30. There's no gate, but our office is the gate. That's why I keep it in the night here. The check out them the last morning out of your tent is 10 o'clock. The key is in the door now. So if you check out the last morning, just leave the key in the door for me again.
Okay.
You stay in unit number 8 for the 2 nights. You came from Tweedevieren today.
Yes.
You are here for 2 nights.
Yeah, I'm here for 2 nights.
Do you need any service from the ladies tomorrow? They only do the beds and the floors, not the dishes.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
And then what is the policy of using my spotlight to shine on the
You're not allowed to
waterhole?
use the spotlight
At all?
at all, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks
you must
a lot,
enjoy your
Cap.
stay.
All right. Cheers. That's unit number 7. Then there's a water hole between the 2 trees. You can see the solar light. So I'm recording this from the veranda of our chalet, right in front of us, right on the Aoub Riverbed.
We spent over an hour in camp after checking in before heading out on a game drive. Our first sighting of the drive was another jackal, and from this point on, we saw many jackals on every drive.
So we have this cheetah again. There's a head of springboks up ahead. We passed just now. She has 2 cubs which are up in the road.
While the mother cheetah was stalking the springboks, her cubs were playing around, crossing the road back and forth before heading across the Aoub Riverbed. These were the smallest cheetah cubs I've ever seen, and having them so close was incredible. This was by far the best sighting of the trip. The cheetah positioned herself perfectly so that the springboks couldn't see her. The cheetah displayed remarkable patience, taking her time and waiting for the springboks to get closer. She suddenly shifted the focus to the left, where a male springbok was approaching the herd she was interested in. He quickly became a new point of interest. He came within a striking distance, and she made her move. The chase lasted less than 30 seconds and he managed to escape. But what an incredible sighting it was. By far the best cheetah encounter we've ever had, and definitely our top sighting so far at Kgalagadi. She then settled in the shade to catch her breath.
She's still tired. There is a lot of energy for this hunting thing. She's looking for the cubs.
On the 1st of August, the gate closing time changed from 6 o'clock to 6:30. Everyone left the sighting to return to camp by 6 o'clock. But knowing that the gate would be closing at 6:30 that day, we stayed behind, hoping the cubs would come out again. We sat there in complete silence, and it didn't take long for the cubs to come out. By this time, we were the only car at the sighting.
The cubs are calling the cheetah mom, and she's responding as well. So we are sitting here dead quiet, hoping they find each other. But they sure will. The cubs are just crossed the road now. They are crossing back to this side. They are crossing the Aoub Riverbed. There they are. They're going back where they come from. Seems like they know this area around where to hide. Where are the best spots for hiding?
After the cubs disappeared, we decided to leave the sighting and head back to camp. The cheetah and the cubs did find each other, which you will see in the next episode. Without further ado, here are some of the images taken on the first 2 days of our trip. We didn't just capture great photographs, but we also created images and memories to last a lifetime. If you enjoyed this video and are considering a visit to this place one day, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. During this series, I'll be making a big announcement. For a clue, check out my latest video from Kruger National Park. Few moments after filming this scene, something unexpected happened.
Seems like we are stuck in a soft sand. Cannot go anywhere. Hopefully someone will come and unstuck us. There's too much soft sand here. I think we're going to be here for about an hour from now on. 15 minutes to gate closing. So when they realize we didn't bring the permit, that's when they'll come. It will take them 20 minutes or 23 minutes to get here. We might get help around 10 past 7. So that's almost an hour from now on. This springboks that I was filming is the same springbok she wanted to hunt. So they were moving nicely. I stopped and filmed them. Then when I take off, that's when things went south. One guy was stuck, a staff member of Sun Parks during the day was unstuck by someone. So I was cautious since then, but even on the cheetah sighting, I took off with the diff lock on, but here I didn't put it on. I think I was too excited, but yeah, it is what it is. Beautiful sunset going on with the bed situation here.
As we waited for help, we watched the sun go down the horizon, and the mother cheetah along with the cubs gracefully passed by.
Where's the tracks? Oh, yeah.
Here's the track.
Why it looks so big? How often do you do this?
Many times.
Eh? Very often.
But you stuck with the 2x4.
You're in trouble.
Assuring, eh?
Me, I never stuck with.
It's a lot of money you must pay now. Because it's a call-out route.
Yeah, it's a call out.
No, thanks a lot, guys. What's your name, my brother?
William.
William.
Yes.
No, thanks a lot. Niels, ne?
It's Adri Deval.
Thanks a lot, gents, for rescue. So yeah, our dinner plans have been disrupted by our ordeal, and then we arrive here late, so we're so exhausted we can't even braai or prepare proper meals. So we're going to have some quick stuff and coffee because it's freezing here. If you're coming to Kalahari Tented Camp during winter, come prepared. It's cold. There's a male lion sitting here right in front of our tent. Wow.
The winter weather in Kgalagadi is relentless. Even with the sun shining, it was still -3 degrees by 7:30. Just a few meters past the loop to the 14th borehole, we came across a couple of cars gathered around, and they were looking at 3 lion cubs. The lion cubs were full of energy, putting on an entertaining show that kept us thoroughly captivated. The cubs were full of energy, continuing their playful antics for over 20 minutes. The action would settle down only to pick up again shortly after. The cubs has been in the area for a while and have been on their own for a couple of days. More cars arrived at the sighting and there was no traffic jam as everyone had a clear view. This is one of the things I love the most about Kgalagadi. After spending over an hour at the sighting, we decided to move on and stop at the 14th borehole to enjoy some coffee and rusk. When we arrived at 14th borehole, a couple of oryx were approaching the waterhole. The oryx were hesitant at first, but eventually took a drink. We left 14 waterhole and started heading back to camp. Just a few meters away, we encountered a herd of springboks walking in a single file towards the waterhole. As it was our first time in the Kalahari, we were thrilled to see a baby oryx for the very first time. Our time in Kgalagadi was filled with excitement at every corner. We never took any sighting for granted, and I was thrilled to spot a lilac-breasted roller for the first time during this trip. We made a brief stop at Kgalagadi Waterhole and found a herd of wildebeest grazing not far from the road.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, good thanks, and you, Jan?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm good.
Yeah. It's the first time in the Kalahari. So the Kalahari is a sandy road. So yeah, before you stop, just make sure you're not standing in the sand. Stand on the hard ground.
Okay.
Yeah, that's advice from my side. Yeah.
And I don't have to pay any fine.
No
for
fine.
my
It was
travels
just from
yesterday.
our side. From our side, that's why we go and look for you.
Okay.
If you're not, this is one of the rules. If you're not in time, like last night, the gate closed at 6:30. So you didn't arrive at 6:30, and then my colleague come to me, and then I arranged with the rangers to just go look for the guys that had to sleep in unit number 8.
Okay.
So yeah.
No,
But
thanks a lot,
last
Jan.
night you were safe, and then I also have to go back to to house.
Thanks a lot, Jan, for your assistance yesterday. It really means a lot to me.
Yes.
I really appreciate you guys are doing a good job. So we just came back from our morning drive. We are viewing this oryx from the waterhole in camp. There. Yeah. So we have a couple of oryxes there, or gemsbok, and a lone wildebeest there. So this morning we had lions around 5. We had lions. There was a big male just a meter or 2 from that big tree there. He was sitting right there. Then he was roaring, and then they walked. It was like a pride. I think I counted about 7 or so with cubs. They walked, but we tried to look there for them when we went on the drive. Nothing, we couldn't see. But it's a beautiful camp. We just came back, want to relax a bit. Kalahari Tented Camp so far, very cold and beautiful. So we just left Kalahari Tented Camp now. It's about 3:05. We are heading to Matamata for the very first time. So yesterday when we arrived, we were able to check in from Kalahari Tented Camp right away. So we've never been to Matamata before. So this being our last night, we won't be able to come back again to Matamata. So that's why we are heading there. And then we also just want to fill up the diesel, put a little bit of fuel, and then head out on a game drive. We are much refreshed. I don't think there's much that we're gonna need in terms of anything. We're not gonna need to buy anything extra. It's more like going to see Matamata and be able to see how the camp is like, so we can share with you guys how things look like from the Matamata side. So yeah, it's 3 kilometers away from Kalahari Tented Camp. Should be a quick drive to get there, and then yeah, we'll give you an update as we move along.
While at Matamata, we explored the campsite and visited the camp high.
You can look there at the top somewhere. Yeah, the border there, border fence. This is Namibia, and then this is South Africa. We are standing in Namibia right now. There's a shop there, but we won't get there because we want to go for a game drive. Thanks, Namibia. We are going back home.
Our afternoon game drive followed the same route as the morning drive. We drove up to 14th Waterhole, hopping from waterhole to waterhole in the hopes of encountering something special.
So we have 7 ostriches. They are called a flock. It's a beautiful sighting. Opposite the turn off to Kalahari Tented Camp. So we are looking at 2 bed-eared fox. Not far from Xipandza waterhole.
just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces.
The bed-eared foxes quickly became my favorite animals in the Kalahari. I find them fascinating to observe. We saw many bed-eared foxes during our trip, but this pair was the most relaxed we've encountered. They went about their business as if we were not there, even coming closer to our car before crossing the road.
It's a typical Kgalagadi drive. Lot of springboks, lot of jackals, lot of oryxes, lot of wildebeests. So this is the same area where we had the lion cubs earlier today. There's no sign of them. There are some oryxes there and a wildebeest that side. We are sitting here at Dalkeith Waterhole. We went and tended 4 things and there's nothing much happening on that side. So I just want to talk about the roads in general. So today is the 2nd of August 2024. So if you happen to visit this area during this time of the year, just know that the roads are very sandy and there's a lot of deep sand. What we quickly learned during this trip is that the main roads are not as safe because you need to check where it's not as sandy and then you stop there. Otherwise, your loops around the waterhole, they are your safest point. You can stop anywhere. They don't have deep sand, so you will never get stuck. So for bedding where you just stop randomly, it's advisable to do it on the loops rather than the main road, because most areas there, they are sandy and deep sand. We were stuck yesterday not far from here, up the road, and then today we met a gentleman who came from Nosop. He got stuck within this area as well, and he's driving a 4x4. So how I met him, I just saw him holding a beer and asked him, are you not going out today for the afternoon drive? And then he said, no, after what happened, I'm not going out. I'm like, what happened? He's like, oh, I got stuck. I was like, no, you're not the only one. We also got stuck yesterday. So yeah, I just wanted to make note of that.
On our way back to camp, we enjoyed some of the best light for photography. Not far from Cheetah's waterhole, we noticed cars moving slowly in a distance, some with brake lights on, which got us excited. It turned out that another car got stuck.
I'm not sure if this will be visible here. But yeah, here, there he is. There on the two lights.
So welcome to the channel. When I introduced the Kalahari series, I did mention that this is the series where I'll be making a big announcement for the channel. So the time has come, but before we get to that, I just want to make note of something that the channel has achieved. So this year only, the channel has reached 1.1 subscribers, and overall the past few weeks we have reached 2,000 subscribers, and the channel has also been monetized earlier this year as well. So with that said, I am giving away a trip to one subscriber to Kgalagadi once the channel reaches 10,000 subscribers. This will be for a full week, all fully paid for. Now let's get back to the video. We woke up early, packed, and left by the time the gate opened. We came across tracks of a big male lion that had walked a great distance, all the way from Kalahari Tented Camp up to the 14th waterhole. We arrived at the 13th waterhole, parked our car, and had our morning coffee while enjoying the dawn chorus. we left the 13th waterhole and made our way towards Kamka picnic spot.
So we are here at Kamka Waterhole, not far from the picnic spot, and we just have our first sighting of meerkat. Yesterday we didn't see them at all, and then this, believe me, this is our first highlight or proper sighting of the day. We haven't seen much, so they're standing right there with ground squirrels, and the light is perfect. So we're just gonna grab some photos and footage and head to the picnic spot, visit the bathrooms, maybe do a little bit of a dune road and come back to the picnic spot while we push the time to check in. These are Namakwa sungrass that are calling. So many of them in flocks there. So yellow mongoose on the upper June road. We just joined the road and then and this dude.
The landscape along the upper June road is very scenic, and the footage doesn't do it justice. You just have to see it yourself.
got picnic spot. The bathroom facilities, the toilets are under construction. They are painting there. So there's a makeshift the toilets, which are not apparently not in a good condition. I didn't go in. Yeah, so that's a makeshift. I'm sure they'll be done here with the construction the next coming few days by the look of things. So yeah, we're just gonna go down to Roy Park, waterhole, and camp a bit there until at least 12, and then we'll go to Urikaruus and find out if they will let us check in.
With limited game viewing, we appreciated every little thing that we saw. We also spotted our first swallowtail bee-eater. As the check-in time drew near, we started making our way towards Urikaruus Wilderness Camp.
I'm Eric.
Okay,
Urikaruus, you're welcome
thank you.
at Urikaruus for the one night. Hope you enjoyed. Believe you will enjoy it. Okay, sir, just few things I have to tell you. It's August, so the gate times for August will be 7 o'clock in the morning and 6:30 in the evening. Date of departure, the earliest you can go is leave the camp is 7 o'clock, and the latest is 10 o'clock. The camp must be vacated at 10
Okay.
on the day of departure.
So we just arrived here at Urikaruus. That is the waterhole. This is definitely one of the best camps I've stayed in. This is really wild, proper wild wilderness camping. This is the Aoub Riverbed, and this is where they come. This is insane, and our unit is right in front of the waterhole, unit number 1.
We settled into our unit and relaxed a bit while viewing game from our braai area. For the afternoon game drive, we drove all the way to Agteloni picnic site, making stop at each waterhole along the way.
So we are here at Agteloni picnic site. We came down to check on the waterhole. Now we are driving back to Urikaruus. We are the only people here, and the clouds are so impressive. This is a masterpiece.
As the sun set along the Aoub Riverbed, we began to see many birds of prey. We had 2 separate sightings of tawny eagles, a martial eagle, and a pale chanting goshawk.
So we came back from the afternoon camp drive. We went as far as Kgalagadi and come back, and we didn't see much. But just before we left for the drive, we met our neighbors. They told me that a few meters from camp they saw a young leopardess. So I left the camera here recording the waterhole. So only a jackal that came in, and I think a small mongoose or something passed by the waterhole. And then when we arrived here, they said she's up there opposite the waterhole, somewhere there sleeping. We zoomed but we couldn't see, but I saw the pictures they took of her on the other side. So yeah, we are all hoping that she comes down to drink. That is the hope. And that's the same thing that Eric told us when we arrived, that there's a leopardess around. He's hoping maybe tonight she'll come and drink. And she's very close now. So yeah, we'll see how this one pans out. Nonetheless, even if the leopardess does not come through, whatever comes, we'll be happy to see. And then we will share with you guys what we saw tonight. Now we just started fire. Gonna braai from there. Gonna chill here to have a night vision. Dinner is served.
The waterhole is visible through the sliding door of our unit, and I kept an eye on the waterhole all night from our bedroom. Only a spotted hyena and a jackal came for a drink. Our first sighting of the day was a jackal with a bloodied face not far from camp. At Camp Waterhole, we found the meerkats and the ground squirrel that we have seen yesterday.
So yeah, we just came back from the morning drive. Yeah, we didn't see much on our drive, but not far from camp, the guy who delivers fuel, he saw a male lion. We were there like maybe 7 minutes after he passed. He saw the lion. We couldn't see the lion. We just saw a lot of tracks, spoor on the road. But nonetheless, it was not a bad drive. So now we're just gonna eat. After eating, we pack, and then we're going to make our way to a referring to exit the park. We're gonna go straight down. So for the morning drive, we actually went down from Urikaruus. We drove we make a U-turn at Rooibraak. From there, we went and make the U-turn at the 13th waterhole, and then back to camp. So this is last night. Hyena tracks, they were right here in camp. This one is clearly visible. You can see the claw marks there as well. Here is the claw mark. Hyena. Right in camp. So we are leaving Urikaruus exactly 10:01. So this is where Eric stays. Eric is the camp assistant. That's unit number 1 there. Directly towards the waterhole, and these are the other units. The worst unit of them all in terms of the view of the waterhole is number 4, the last one there. And there is the Aoub Riverbed.
Despite the gloomy weather and insufficient light for photography, we still saw many familiar animals worth filming. We stopped a couple of times along the way to observe some of the wildlife we had privilege to see during our time at Kgalagadi. At this point, we had seen plenty of ground squirrels, but we continued to stop for each one we came across as we couldn't get enough of their cuteness. It's pretty clear that we only scratched the surface in exploring the Kgalagadi on this trip. We'll surely return next year to explore the Nosop region. Just before 1 o'clock, we arrived at Urikaruus Camp. I then headed to the fuel station to restore the tire pressure to normal. Although this was a short trip, it was well worth it. We left Kgalagadi with great memories that will live with us forever. And I cannot wait to share this magnificent piece of heaven on earth with one of you. Without further ado, here are some of my favorite images taken on this trip. In the near future, I will post a video showing the units we stayed at during this trip at Breaai, Kalahari Tented Camp and Urikaruus Wilderness Camp, so be on the lookout for that video. Thank you so much for watching throughout the series, and I will see you in the next one.